Alright, let's go. So, we're actually going to start lying down. So, get yourself just lying down. Now, a little pre-Shavasana. So, just take a few moments here to bring yourself into your body, into your space. Just take a little scan through your body. So, any tension, any tightness, and just breathe into anything that feels a bit tight or a bit tense. Wiggle into it. And let your breath come longer and deeper. Yes, and really notice that rise and fall of the belly. You might even like to just place one hand on your belly for a moment, and as you inhale, feel it rise. And as you exhale, feel the belly fall again. Don't feel like you have to keep the hand on the belly, just move it back to the floor and relax it. Just observe that breath. And observe the pauses at the top and the bottom of the breath. Okay, so now just bring the legs a little bit more together. Inhale and bring our right knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers, place them on top of your shin, and gently press that right knee towards your right armpit. And while you're here, you can give your right ankle a little roll or rotation. The left foot is flexed and pushed away. Now bring that ankle to stillness. Release your left hand to the ground. With your right hand, just gently draw your right knee open over to the right. Might not go very far down, doesn't matter. Keep both hips still, so both buttocks still on the ground. You can press on your left hip gently to stop it lifting. And then bring that knee back up to center, and then extend the leg. Take hold just behind the thigh. Don't try and do anything too stretchy at this point. Hold behind the thigh, there can be some bend in the knee, and gently draw it towards you just a little, or not. We'll just hold it straight up. And flex and point the toes. Again, slowly. And really feel the movement of the stretch from the sole of the foot to the top of the foot. Okay. And now keep that foot still. Just draw the left foot in until the left knee is pointed to the ceiling. And then thinking about turning this whole leg in the hip joint. So knee out, heel comes in, and then just let that ankle come down in front of your left knee and lift up your left foot. And again, just hold lightly behind the thigh. Flex both feet. Hold it there. So you're in your number 4 shape with your legs. And breathe in. And then just release the hands. Let the left foot come back to the mat. Lift the right leg back up in the air for a moment, and then just let it fall down to the ground. Inhale your left knee into your chest. Interlace the fingers around the shin. Gently pull that left knee towards you. And again, some ankle rolls here with your left foot. And then hold that foot to a place of stillness. Release your right hand to the ground and gently pull open that left knee out to the side. Again, you can press gently on the right hip to stop the buttocks lifting off. It's not a big movement, just a little opening. Still with the deep breathing. And bring that knee back to center. Extend your left leg. Take hold behind the thigh. Gently press that leg towards you. And now we're going to again take our little number 4. Oh, sorry, and let's do some foot flexors here as well. So you feel that stretch moving up and down the leg and the foot. And then bring that foot to stillness. Draw the right foot in, so the right knee points to the ceiling. Turn this whole leg in the hip joint, so the knees and the toes are out at the side, the heel comes in, and then let that knee bend. Bring the ankle on top of the right knee. Gently lift the right foot off the ground and take hold behind the thigh. And hold it here. And you are number 4. If it feels like this doesn't need to be static, so if it feels nice to kind of gently sway from side to side, feel free to do that. Just work into the stretch, however it feels nice for you this morning. Okay, and then just let your right leg, the right foot, come back to the mat. Extend your left leg back up. And then let it lower down to the ground. Extend both legs out. Extend your arms overhead. Give yourself a long stretch. And then bring the knees into the chest. Hold behind your thighs. And get that little momentum going. So rocking. But we're not in a big hurry to rock ourselves all the way up. So if you want to take 2 or 3 rocks, go right ahead. See what feels nice today. Okay, and then find your way to a seated position. Taking a breath. So just holding your seated meditation for a moment. Feel free to close your eyes for a second. Just bring yourself back into your body here. And then take the arms up, open the eyes, find the palms meeting overhead, looking at your thumbs, and then bringing the gaze forward, and letting your right hand come down, your left arm comes overhead. Take it up and to the other side. Let's take it up again. Inhale, reaching up, and then exhale. Come forward and just release here for a moment. Let your shoulders and just move. Let your head go. And just release for a few moments. Take a few deep breaths here. Feel the stretch deep into the lower back and the sides of the body. And then rolling back up. Bringing the hands behind you, opening the chest. And now, I just want you to come over. I'm going to come into a little child's pose. Just come over the knees, bring the big toes together and sink down to your hips. Bring the forehead to the mat. That place just between your eyebrows. Press that against the mat. Arms reach forward. Just again, just breathe into that. Let your hips sink closer to your heels. And take some long, deep breaths. And one more breath. And coming up just a little bit, just enough to take your right hand and slide it under your left armpit. We'll thread the needle here. Hold a moment. And bring it back in, stretch the arms forward, forehead is back to the mat. And then lift up again, just enough to slide your left hand under your right armpit. And hold that in mind. Lift the head again, bring the arm back in, one more time forward, just relax here a moment. Again. See if the hips will just sink another millimetre off your heels. And lift the head, walk yourself back up to a seated cross-legged position or any other kind of seated position that you want to take today. So we're going to start with some cat-cows here, some seated cat-cows. So bringing your hands on opposite knees, take an inhale, coming up, opening the chest, looking up, and exhale, coming into our cat, our seated cat. Move in your own speed now, your own breath as you inhale into your cat, and as you exhale back into your cat. So one more on the side. And then change sides. So come up, lengthen the spine, and just cross the arms the other way. Inhale into your cat, and exhale into your cat. And move with your breath, moving the body with your breath. And then when you finish your next cat, just come back up, release the hands, bring them back to their respective knees, little shoulder rolls. And let's just take a couple little neck stretches. So just let your right ear fall to your right shoulder. And the ear's doing the work here, the shoulders are not lifting up to meet it. And then you can take the left arm out to the side, and if you want to, you can also place your right hand on top of the head, just for the weight of it, not to pull. Okay, and release the hand that's out to the side, take your arm off your head, and use that hand to bring your head back up to centre. And then release it and take it to the other side. So let your left ear fall to your left shoulder. Right arm come out to the side, and let your left arm just gently add a little bit more weight to the head. And then release the hand on the head. Take that same hand to the cheek and press your head back up to centre. And then release the hands. So we're just going to drop the chin to the chest now, keeping the length in the spine. And then lift the head up to the left. And then let it come all the way back down. And then take it the other side, to the right. And come back to centre. And inhale to the left. And back to centre. Inhale to the right. If you would like to do a full head roll, you can take the head back. If that doesn't feel good, just keep it forward. If you are doing a full head roll, maybe just take one or two and then change sides. Change directions. Be mindful of the neck. Taking it lovely and slow, feeling into the stretch. Just noticing all the places in your neck that you feel building movement, either on click or whatever, it's okay, no problem. And then come back up to centre when you're done your hip rolls. Back. So now let's take some shoulder rolls. Real slow back, and then let's take them forward. Okay, and now we're just going to turn side on. I'm just going to bring our hands behind our back, interlace our fingers, and gently press the arms away. And then you can also gently fold forward, if that feels okay. It doesn't have to be a big movement at this stage of the morning. And then inhale yourself back up, release the hands, give them a bit of a shake. We're going to do that one more time. We're just going to change the grip. So wherever you had your hands, just take them down or up one finger. And then interlace them again. It's going to feel a bit weird. And again, if you would like to roll forward, roll forward. And if you'd like to stay straight up, stay straight up. And as everyone come back and release the hands. And again, give it a shake. So, to my left, we'll do a little wide leg forward bend. Bring your legs out to the sides, knees and toes pointing straight up, and there can be a little bit of softness in the knees. There can be a lot of softness in the knees actually. And then finding your seat bones and just gently lean forward. And again, just really gentle at this stage. So you might not go down very far at all. I'm not going to go down very far. And that's okay. Breathe into it. And then we're just going to walk our hands over to our left leg. And again, just lean forward over that leg. And now let's walk our hands all the way around to the other side. And gently walk forward over that leg. And come back to the centre. Walk the hands back. Just bend one leg in. So let's start with the right leg. Just bend that in so the heel is in the groin. Take your hand inside your left calf and take a little, again just a little side bend. We're not going to be worrying about grabbing the feet unless that's particularly easy for you. We're just trying to open the side body here. That lovely stretch. Keeping the chest open, look into the ceiling. And then coming up, exhale down and changing sides. Lifting the arm up, inhale and coming over. Drawing the arm back, look into the ceiling. And releasing that. Okie dokie, bringing both legs out in front. I'm going to go, no, actually, I'll go other side up. Bring the right leg in, plant it on outside of the left knee, and then lift up, take hold of that right knee with your left hand, and take a little twist, a little pushes here. And then release that, come back and just change sides. And the left leg in, plant it on the outside of the right knee. On the length of the spine again, hug that knee in and take a little twist And releasing. Okay. Alright, so legs out in front again. Just going to take the outside, so if you're taking your right arm, take it to the outside of your left foot, and then just lift that leg up and take your other arm behind you. And release that down. Swap sides, take hold of the outside of the other foot, lift it up, and begin to do a twist. And release that. Alright, now let's find our way into tabletop. So crossing the legs, coming into our tabletop. Hands are shoulder width apart, middle finger pointing forward, knees under the hips. Just take an extra little cat-cow over here. So inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the stomach, release to the ground, like the spine is smiling. Open up the chest and look to the ceiling on your inhale. And then on your exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Let that movement go up the spine until you're pushing the floor away. Shoulders are going to the ceiling and you're looking under your body to your navel. And then do a couple more of those in your own time. Okay, come back to neutral. Let's slide the left foot away and let that left heel just come up to hip height. And then take the right arm out as well. Extend yourself in your long tabletop, your extended tabletop. And then bend that back knee. This is an option. Sweep the arm around, take hold of the top of the foot and lift that foot up. And finally, just looking over the shoulder and see if you can wiggle your toes at yourself, like you're waving at yourself with your toes. And then release it. Any little movement you want to make here is good. And then when you're ready, slide the right leg away, let the right heel lift up to hip height, and let the left arm come out, stretching in both directions. One long line from fingertips to heel. And then again, if you'd like to join me, bend that back knee, sweep the hand around, lift that up into a little bind here. And wiggle the toes, look over your shoulders, so you can see the toes wiggling. Okay, and release it. Again, take any little movement here that feels good on the body. And then sit down into your thunderbolt. We're going to tuck the toes under here. And then sit back and get that little stretch going into the soles of our feet. And while we're here, let's do a little bit of eagle arms. So let's bring the arms up and then let the left arm come down and let the right elbow sink into that left elbow. Twist the arms around if that's available to you. If not, just grab my hands together and then lift the elbows. Okay, hold it, lift the elbows, pressing the shoulders away. And then releasing that. Then the arms come down, give them a shake if you need. If your toes is really starting to cramp, you can uncurl them if they're okay, leave them where they are. Coming back up, and this time it's going to be the right arm that comes down, the left arm that comes into the elbow and twist that around. Finding your eagle arms. Lift that up, pressing the elbows away. And releasing it. Okay, release those toes. Give your feet a little bit of a tap, so tapping the top of the feet onto the mat. We're going to do one downward dog today, that's all. And this is when we're doing it. So tuck the toes under, lift yourself up into your downward dog. Walking your heels, so finding that lovely release into the back of the legs. So bend one knee a lot, press the other heel into the mat, and then change around. Bend that first knee a lot, press the other heel. And then find your still dog for a moment. And make any of those small adjustments just to get it a little bit more deeper. So tilt the tailbone up, soften the knees a little bit more. Widen the very top of the back. And then we're going to lift up the right leg into a three-legged dog. And then open the hip. So let that right knee bend, let the right leg fall behind, like you're trying to strike your bottom with your heel. And breathe in and out. And then lift it all the way back up into the three-legged dog. And step it through. Bring that right leg all the way through the top of the mat. And let your left knee lower to the ground. Lift up into your low lunge. Reaching up, you can look up as well and take a little mini back bend. And then bring the hands to heart center. Twist your whole torso towards your right knee, and then just take your right elbow, so your left elbow outside your right knee, and take a little twist here. A little prayer twist. And then release your twist, hands behind the right foot, and just push back into your little half Hanumasaman, your hamstring stretch. Pull those toes towards you. And then release the toes back to the mat. Hands on either side of that front foot. Just lift the left knee and then let the right arm raise up and find your open twist here. And then release that back down. And step back to your downward facing dog. And let your left leg float up. And hold your dog here. Heel is like it's trying to strike the ceiling. And then we open up. Let that left leg dangle behind you, like you're trying to strike your bottom with your heel. And then open it up again. Send that leg back up. And bring it under and step it to the top of the mat. Let the right knee lower and come into your low lunge. And then let your hands come to prayer. Twist towards that left knee. Take the right elbow outside that knee. And just take a gentle, very gentle here. And then release that. Put the hands back on either side of the foot. Lift the knee and let your left arm lead the way into an open twist. And then release it back down. Lowering the right knee again and just walking back into your hamstring stretch. And coming back. Releasing the foot to the ground, hands on either side, lifting back up, coming into a little plank here. Now you can release the knees immediately, or you can hold your plank. And now if you are in, wherever you are, we're going to lower slowly all the way to the ground. So we're going to be on our stomachs on the ground. Bring yourself down. And then bring the arms out in front. So an inhale as you lift everything up into our Superman. Gazes down. With the legs and the arms. And then exhale, release it down, chin to the ground. Inhale, take it back up, back into your Superman. Keep the back of the neck long. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, take everything up. And exhale, release it down. This time bring the arms to the side of the body. Palms facing up, bring the big toes together. And bring your right ear onto the ground. You want your big toes in contact. Right ear on the ground. So you can close your eyes and just gaze off to the left. And now we're simply going to change sides for our head. So lift the head and take it so that the other side, so the left ear is on the ground. And again, just hold yourself there and breathe. And come back to center. Bring your right arm out in front. Bend your left knee and take hold of the top of the foot from the inside so the top of the fingers are facing out. Take an inhale and lift that with the chest up and lift the knee and the thigh off the ground. And then release it. Let that leg go. Bring your left hand out in front. Bend your right knee and then take hold of the top of the foot with your right hand. And inhale and lift that up. And release it back down. Come back to our Shavasana on our front here, so big toes touching, arms by the side of the body, arms facing up, and the right ear is on the ground. Gaze to the left. And then simply change sides with the head, bring the left ear to the ground. Okay, bring the chin back to center, bring the hands under your shoulders and press yourself back up. Now we're going to bring the right knee in between the hands, and then the left knee is going to come inside the right knee, if that makes sense, and then sit back into our cow face pose. So, trying to stack the knees on top of each other, or as close as you're going to get today. Again, don't worry, but it's not perfect, nothing ever is. And then find that length in the spine. Think about this, the knees is the nose of the cow, and your feet are the ears. And just if you're kind of there but not quite, you can just come forward and then just wiggle it around a little bit more and then sit back down again. So just see where you're at, see what you need to do. And while we're here, let's lift the hands up, take hold of the elbows, and just gently pull back. And then release that. So we'll take it to the other side now. Just come forward, release the legs, and then bring the left knee forward, and the right knee sits inside it, and then sitting back into our cow face pose on the side. And again, you might need to wiggle a bit, find where you are, it's all good. And then let's sit up, finding that length. This time we're going to raise the left arm up, bend it behind you, and with your right hand just take that elbow and gently pull it back. And then release it. Take the right arm up, bend that behind you, and pull that back. Okay, and release that. Right then, We're going to release our cow face pose. Just come forward, back into your tabletop. And from here, we're going to cross the ankles behind us and sit back down. Bring the legs out in front. Come into our little modified plank. So take hold of the behind the thighs here. And then release yourself all the way down to the ground. Bend the knees to the ceiling. Heels are just behind the buttocks. Big inhale and exhale. And then as you, on your next inhale, just lift the hips up. Pressing the knees together or towards each other, they don't need to touch. And then come up onto your tiptoes and just roll the spine back down to the mat. Bring the knees into the chest and roll from side to side. And again, plant the feet just behind the buttocks. Take another inhale and lift up. And this time, if you want to walk the shoulders in, walk the shoulder blades in and interlace the fingers, that's an option. If not, just leave the arms by the side of the body, arms facing down. Just keep pressing the hips up. Big deep inhale and exhale. Okay, release the arms if they're interlaced underneath you. Again, come up onto the tiptoes and roll down the spine. Bring the knees back into the chest and hugging. Alright, we're going to move into our waterfall here. If you've got a bolster or a cushion or anything to put under your hips, feel free to do that. Or if you want to take your legs up the wall, then this is your option as well. Otherwise, just hands under the buttocks, arms facing down, and lift the legs to 90 degrees. I'm just going to hold ourselves here. Breathing and just holding our waterfall for a good 30 seconds or so. So just relax into it. Let gravity work its magic here. Okay, now we're just going to lower the feet slowly back to the mat so that we can lift the hips and release our hands. Bring the knees into the chest, take hold of the outsides of the feet and just find your happy baby here. Rocking from side to side. And then bring the feet together, let them slide lower back to the mat. Bring the arms to cactus or out in front, or out to the sides if you've got the space. Bring the knees into the chest and then let the knees fall off to the left and your gaze goes to the right or straight up. And then again, take an inhale, bring it all back to centre. And as you exhale, let the legs fall off to the right and the gaze off to the left. And inhale back to centre. Release the feet to the corners of the mat, or even a little wider than the corners of the mat. Bring your arms to the side of the body, palms facing up. And again, close the eyes and relax yourself. Just sink into the mat here. Take a little scan through your body and just see where you need to release a little bit more. So we're going to hold this for about 60 seconds. So I'm going to give you a little bit of singing bowl while we're doing that. So as you're lying there, just really allow yourself to release. Allow your muscles to melt. Allow your bones to melt. And allow any tension and stress that you've been holding on to just drain out of you like liquid. Still letting yourself relax with every exhale a little bit deeper. And a sense of peace to wash through you. So bringing your awareness slowly back to the body now. And some small movements to your fingers and toes. And in your own time, finding your way back to a seated position. You might want to just roll over onto your right hand side for a moment first. And then once you're back, just find that seated meditation so the eyes are still closed and the gaze is lowered. And again, find that length into the spine. With deep inhale and exhale. So we're going to close that practice by bringing our palms together, rubbing our palms. And then cupping our warm palms over our eyes. Sinking into that darkness for a moment. And then open your eyes under the palms and just blink a couple of times. Start to let the light back in. Bring your hands away from your face. Bring them to prayer. And namaste. Heart center. Thank you so much for joining me.